Marcia, you actually lost a family friend to suicide in early 2018.
Yeah.
Can you tell us how that affected you?
Yeah, I mean, this episode will go out the week of his 1 year anniversary since he passed on, and it has been extremely hard. I think what I would say is I'll never be the same again. You can't go through something like that and remain the same. It's just not possible. The things that used to really bother me before, the things that used to have a hold over me, the little stresses, the little worries, they just don't hold me anymore. Even my fears, they just don't hold me anymore, because when my brother's friend went missing, my brother and I flew back to Ireland to help with the search, so we were working very closely with the family. When we then came back to London, and I got the message to say that his body had been found, and it wasn't good news, to then go back, it was hard enough to witness the family's grief while he was missing. For the body to then be found 3 weeks later, to go back and witness the grief of his suicide, it is like something that I've never experienced before. You know, I don't think I've ever been aware of the knock-on effect when it comes to the people who are left behind when it comes to suicide. You know, I have experienced grief before because of someone's like old age or an accident or a disease, but I have got to say that there's something significantly different. There's a very different type of darkness that comes with the grief over suicide, and it's because I really believe that where the other types of deaths, I call them a loss, I feel like with suicide, it's a life that's been stolen because of the lies of the mind. And you know, I guess the reason that the way in which it has affected me is, as you all know, I'm a natural encourager. Like, that's part of who I am, and I know it does your head in sometimes, because all you want me to do is like be angry with you in that moment or cry with you in that moment, as opposed to me going, well, you know, think about it this way. I get that, but I think that what this has done for me is it's put a fire in my belly now. Like, I know what I'm giving my life to, and it's to make sure that whether it's a forum like this, whether it's in my workplace, whether it's sitting down one-to-one with a girlfriend over coffee, like, my job is to get the lies out. Get the lies out of my mind, and I'm going on my own journey to get the lies out of my mind and get the lies out of your minds. Like, I'm not one for small talk anyway. Like, I like to cut deep for fun, but like I am the type of person now moving forward that will be cut the crap. Let's get to the root of the crap. Let's get that weeded out so we can get the truth in. You know. So yeah, it has. For me, the importance of talking, and that's why we're doing this series. You know, because look how difficult it has been for all of us to find the words to put to how we're feeling, and a lot of the time we can be our own counsellor in our head and talk ourselves through and get ourselves better, but actually speaking it out is very, very different. And yet when we speak it out, any weeds that are in there, any lies that are in there, they're brought out into the light. So then they're going to be killed. It's been a difficult time, but as I say, this episode is a memory of Michael, because, you know, he was 33 and he was the life and soul of a party, hugely talented beatboxer, and he would be the one, I don't know if it was the same with your sister, but he would have been the one that my brother and all the lads, they would have all gone to him with their problems. And, you know, unlike your sister's upbringing, situation, like family, like Michael's family is one of the most loving, functional families. You know, he has the most amazing group of friends, including my brother. They're all 33, they've known each other since they were 5. They call each other the Band of Brothers. I think my tears is because I'm so angry. You know, I'm so angry. If he just had one more conversation. And I think when you see the devastation of what's left behind, like I just really, really want to encourage anybody watching who is kind of in, this is so hard, but I'm going to get it out. For anybody watching who's in the same place, like you get presented before you life and death, and our hope is that you choose life. You know, just have one more conversation, try. So yeah, this is how it's affected me, but I'm learning the responsibilities that you talked about. I'm learning what I don't have to take on, but there is a phrase now that I have seen: I am responsible, and because of what I've witnessed, because of what the family and the loved ones and my brother are now dealing with as a result of that, I'm making it my mission to make sure that no one gets left behind. I asked my dad about it actually, because he retired when he was 50, but then he spent the next 20 years volunteering as a Samaritan, and the majority of what he did was based in the prisons on suicide watch. So if any of the male prisoners were feeling suicidal, the warden would call my dad and he would come in and talk, you know, with the prisoner who's feeling suicidal, and help talk him back from the brink of suicide, just by trying to give him that piece of hope, that reason to live one more day, you know, for tomorrow. So it's like, but Dad, I don't have the words, like, you know, this is such an important thing, like, what do we say? And he said, it's very simple, Marcia. Simply 116123, and that's the Samaritans helpline number, and it's free phone, and it's 24/7. And he said, you know, pick up the phone 116123 and say 3 simple words: I'm not coping. You know, I'm not coping. He said the Samaritans will take care of the rest. And so, you know, he said there's the Samaritans, there's Childline, there's the mental health and suicide awareness. There are a lot of helplines out there, but he also said, if that isn't for you, then as you said, you know, find someone that you trust, you know, whether it's a friend or a family member, whether it's a school teacher or a youth leader, whether it's a work colleague or your boss, like just find someone. And he said, just simply say to them, help me. And I thought, gosh, that's so good, because if any single one of you were to turn to me and say, help me, I'm not going to say no. So 116123, I'm not coping, or grab someone in person and simply say, help me.
So this is Cull, and this was Beats on the Street Volume 1, but unfortunately it's pissing rain, so I'm going to do it in here. Bit of house grooves.
Next time on the 7 series.
If that one thing hadn't happened, I'd be happy and I'd be here and I'd be doing what I dreamed of doing, but instead I'm here.